Welcome to Downright Shaman. I'm here to discuss spiritual burping and hiccups, and it can be sneezing, it can be farting, it can actually be any bodily movement in the body that is like in relation to your energy shifting. I'm going to start with the burping more specifically because this is something that started with me when I started to awaken more and I noticed that there was something going on there. Like, this was not regular burping. This wasn't like drinking a soda and then you burp. This was like releasing an energy or releasing a negative situation or something coming to light and then having a burp afterwards. Or this was something where there would just be burping randomly. And if you watch my videos, then you'll see me burping. Like, that's just gonna happen. I'm not gonna stop it. Because it's healthy for me and it helps me release any energy. But I'm starting to learn more about it. It's actually starting to happen less often just because in recent past, since I've become more aware of like this process, I would have a thought come up that isn't necessarily in alignment with what's around me, or it could potentially be seen as like a negative thought. And then my energy, since it's self-generating, would clear it automatically. It's like a way of clearing energy that you're not necessarily even aware of, and your body is just automatically clearing that energy with like a burp. And that can happen with like hiccups too, or sneezing, any kind of like movement, like I said. But it's definitely a connection to your light body. It's a connection to your spirit. And I don't know if it is something that everyone would experience. I have a connection to shamanism for myself. And I have some experiences that are clairaudient. I have visual, that's clair, I forgot what that clair is, the visual clair. Clairvoyant, I believe. When I see energy, I'll see orbs. But I'm associating this a little bit more with clairsentient just because of that connection to the body and the feeling. I'm not quite sure if it's restricted more to one versus the other, actually. Maybe I'm not sure if that's involved. If you have an opinion on that or some knowledge of it, feel free to share it in the comments. But I've associated it more to clairsentience and the connection of light energy in the body, clearing out whatever is darker or whatever has just come into contact that may not be in alignment of your typical energy sphere. Like when I first started and I was awakening in this process, I was burping all the time. Or I would get a download and then suddenly I would burp like 15 times in a row. Or yawning, actually. There was this one day where I don't remember exactly what happened. It was a download. It was some kind of light that came in toward me. I yawned about 40 times in a row. Seriously. Like a lot. And I felt a lot better afterwards. It was a big release of energy. And it helped me. I'm having less of those experiences now, like I said. And I'm just realizing the connection from what was just happening to what then generated that experience. So I'm just here to tell you that it's okay, that there may be a connection to shamanism that you may want to explore, or possibly clairsentience. Definitely embrace it. You know, maybe there's social situations where it might not always like be the most fitting, but honestly, who cares? I mean, it's natural. You know, it's okay. And over time, just like in my experience, it will start to happen less and less because your thoughts will be more in alignment with your path and moving forward, and you most likely won't need to burp as much. And that was my experience, and ensure that you could have the same experience too. As you start to line up and move forward, and your internal reality starts to become more in alignment with your body, then you won't need to clear the energy out quite so much. You'll have more of a self-generating, stable basis of your energy. And just the idea of clearing in general, you won't necessarily need to do. I definitely would say that it's good to keep in your back pocket. But if you're interested in that, just the idea of not clearing your energy when you normally would, and just feeling into your body and allowing your body to clear the energy for you, or allowing your guides to clear the energy for you. This is something that your guides want to be able to do for you. This is something that angels like to be able to do for you. They want to help you. They want to guide you. And if you can let go of the need to control your energy and have to clear your energy, then more of these types of light beings can come into your influence and do that for you, so that it can just happen more naturally. Or in the connection to shamanism, I'm not really defining this by necessarily being an angel or being a shaman or whatever. I've had this experience associated with both of those experiences, actually. I've actually called on Archangel Michael before, and I've had an experience where I would burp afterwards, or I would put on a certain crystal and then I would have an experience where I would burp afterwards. So there can be various ways that this can manifest, and it's perfectly fine, perfectly natural, and it is good for you. And with the sneezing, that can be extremely strong, especially if something more dense has come toward you, come toward your experience. The sneeze is like expelling of that energy in a way that is to your core. It's to your third eye, to this part of the body. The burping is more related to your center, like your solar plexus. And the hiccuping, actually, I have experienced more in this part of the body. Passing gas, farting, flatulence, that would be the root chakra area, when something is clearing out of that part of the body. So there actually is a relation to different parts of the body and different chakras, and which type of expelling, bodily movement you could be experiencing. And this could go along with everyday life, but you'll start to get a sense if this is something you're experiencing where it's out of the norm, where you're burping or something and you're like, that doesn't seem quite like it used to be, this timing of this event. So that's all I have to share at this time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave that down below, and I'll see you next time.